Let's get you started with our weather impact forecast. Danielle Moss, meteorologist, joining me right now. Well, we had a little bit of activity overnight, some trees down, and I don't think it had anything really to do with storms, right?
No, other than the ground is a little bit saturated.
Yeah, we've had so much rain.
Yes. A lot of rain.
A lot of rain.
And really, it doesn't take much for the wind gusts to really get those trees down. And
Yeah.
sometimes with that ground being so saturated, we see them falling down a little bit more than what we would on a normal day.
And we live in a city in the forest.
Exactly.
But weather-wise, back to school for so many people today. How's the day looking in the week ahead?
Honestly, not too bad. Today, temperature-wise, we're going to be a little bit cooler. In fact, our highs are going to be into the upper 80s. It's going to feel very comfortable, per se. We could be seeing a few showers. In fact, some of us are already seeing some showers across North Georgia. In fact, here is a look right now at our latest satellite and radar. Here's some scattered showers really trying to develop. What's happening is we have some tropical moisture that's really trying to be pulled in from the Atlantic and from up north. We are sitting in our normal wedge front for this time of the year. So it's bringing us cooler temperatures. It's bringing us some increased cloud cover, but it's also bringing us some light rain showers. You can see across northwest Georgia, we have very light rain. We're not looking at any thunderstorms, but unfortunately, we are seeing some rain showers really start to develop. And for places that have already seen a lot of heavy rain, we've been talking about the flooding in McKaysville. We've been talking about flooding in Hall County. And even yesterday, there was a flood warning in Jackson County and in Banks County. We see these showers and thunderstorms kind of just stall out and dump a lot of rain. And any additional rain, even if it's light, can make matters worse. So just make sure you are weather aware over the next really 7 days, because we have several afternoons and evenings of this rain. As far as Metro Atlanta is concerned, we do have a few isolated showers that are trying to develop there in Cobb County and some in Douglas County. Here in Midtown, it is nice, dry, a little bit cloudy. We're kind of waiting for the clouds to open up and bring us some rain. Currently it's 80 degrees here in Metro Atlanta, but it feels like 82. Here's a look at your temperatures across Metro Atlanta. Currently, it's 76 degrees in Dallas, 77 in Carrollton, 79 in Kennesaw and Douglasville. They have cooler temperatures because they're seeing some of those spotty, isolated showers. Meanwhile, you can see Lithonia, it's 84 in Hampton and in Covington, because they are awaiting some rain. Maybe they see some, maybe they don't. It's one of those days where we might see rain, you might not, just need to be prepared. Humidity is not really a factor either. It's warmer there in Covington because they're drier, they have less cloud cover, a little bit more pinks of sunshine. Over the next few hours, these isolated showers will be continuing. We're not expecting any severe weather. We're not expecting any strong storms, but some of these isolated downpours could definitely dump a lot of rain in a short amount of time. Temperature-wise, over the next 12 hours, we're going to be into the upper 80s. When you factor in the humidity, could feel like the low 90s. We do have a few evenings of scattered showers and thunderstorms. Tomorrow is going to be slightly different from today because we will have an increased chance of rain. In fact, starting the day off dry. I know a lot of kids are going back to school tomorrow. Some started today. It will be dry in the morning. But by the time we head into lunch, we start to see more showers and thunderstorms really develop even into the evening hours. We dry out by Tuesday night before we prepare to do it all again, once again, for your Wednesday. The Braves are going to get ready to start a 3-game series against the Miami Marlins. That starts tomorrow as well. Temperature-wise, it will still be into the upper 80s for your Tuesday and your Wednesday, but then we start to climb back up into those low 90s by your Thursday. And every single day, Cheryl, we start to see those rain chances. And some of this is normal afternoon showers and thunderstorm activity, but then some of it's trying to be a little bit of that tropical moisture in the Atlantic. We're not anticipating a tropical system to develop, but you can see from our rainfall in the next 7 days off into the Atlantic, that red and orange color there, 3 to 5 inches of rain. We're starting to see some of that rainfall being pulled into North Georgia and really portions of Metro Atlanta as well. How much rain are we expecting in the next 7 days? All of our models are showing maybe another inch. While that's not a huge number, we have to be very careful, because if you get an isolated downpour that just does not move, you have a situation that happened like in Hall County. And what happened in McKaysville is a little bit different because some of that had to do with the infrastructure there, but still a lot of heavy rain in a short amount of time. Here's a look at your 7-day forecast. Temperatures are comfortable to start this week, and then we head back into the 90s as we head into the weekend.
All right, you were talking about McKaysville. I was watching the 11 live stream a little earlier. Dan Kennedy talking about, 7 inches in 8 hours? That's unheard of.
Yes,
right?
it is. It's a lot of rain in a short amount of time. And what happened is the showers, they started to develop. And then they just did not move. So this one storm just kind of parked itself right over McKaysville.
Yeah.
And because of the way that, if you're unfamiliar, McKaysville is on the state line of Tennessee and Georgia. So there's a lot of mountainous region, a lot of it's downhill. So a lot of that runoff went right into their downtown area. They had some construction going on, so it was just kind of like made matters worse. The good news is that the Toccoa River didn't overrun its banks, which is great news because that situation would have been a lot worse. So thankfully, I know people were rescued, but thankfully we haven't heard of any injuries or anything like that. But it's one of those situations where rain, even if we're not looking at severe weather per se, can definitely cause some really big impacts.
Yeah. All right. So hoping that the rain stays minimal and everybody stays okay. Thanks for walking us through it, Danielle. See you in just a little bit.
Yes.